The contents of this podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as medical advice. If you have a specific health concern or condition, please consult a qualified healthcare professional. For more details, check out herguru.uk/disclaimers. Have you ever stepped into a room and felt like, you put on your comfiest sweater, or it's been like, a shot of espresso? Or if you're like me, do you know if your walls are more of a Zen master or a party animal? Well, spoiler alert, this episode is all about color. Hello everyone, and welcome to ABGW, amazing, brilliant, gorgeous, wonderful. And I'm Cheryl, your guide on this transformational journey. Now, today's episode, we're embarking on a color journey, exploring how the hidden language of hues can transform your sanctuary. And the thing is, you probably already know that color can profoundly impact your mood and your well-being. And for me, it offers a palette for trauma recovery. So by embracing the psychology of color, I believe people can empower themselves and the people around them. But if you're not ready for this commitment or prepared to challenge yourself for a better tomorrow, this might not be the right time for you. But for those of us that are staying, let's dive in and discover how we can turn color and the struggles that we have into strengths. Amazing, brilliant, gorgeous, wonderful. Helping women just like you who are unhappy, perhaps even with your supposedly quote unquote good life. This is a mum and daughter duo, not pulling any punches as we explore trauma recovery and ideas for building resilience. So you work smarter and definitely not harder to create a transformational life, a life you love more often than not. So if you're like me, a professional woman who's on a journey of trauma recovery, and you're tuning into this episode, for me, it's like finding a secret treasure map. The experience that I had at the Van Gogh experience. And what I'm hoping is by the end of this journey, this colourful journey, you'll have a toolkit full of practical tips and inspirational ideas that will help you transform the environment around you, your home, where you work, into a sanctuary of healing and empowerment. Okay, so you'll discover how to use the magic of color to create spaces that soothe your soul, that boost your resilience, and kind of, just uplift you. Imagine, yourself walking into a room and feeling an instant wave of calm, or even a burst of outrageous joy. That's what you'll be able to achieve. So I know it's a crazy idea to do an episode about color, but the idea of this episode isn't just about decorating. It's about creating an environment that supports your emotional well-being and helps you to thrive, because otherwise, what's the point? Why are we doing all of this? So for me, it's about harnessing the power of the hues to make your home and the environment that you're in reflect your inner strength. So, as I was saying, I had this experience around the iconic artist Vincent van Gogh. And just to put it in some kind of context, all my life I've enjoyed color. Yeah, I kind of found it really weird. Like when I was growing up, our house was painted magnolia, right? And we had that horrible, well, I thought it was horrible, that sort of wallpaper that sort of had chips in it. Do you know what I mean? So you'd like, it was like textured and it had like chips in it. And I always thought it was really weird that you would have a home and have no color in it. Because to me, magnolia, okay, yeah, it is color, but it's not color. So I've always enjoyed color. My favorite colors are black, red, and purple. And if you ever meet me, and if you have ever met me, I'm usually wearing one of those colors because I just love those colors. I don't know what it is about purple. I have purple pens, purple notebooks. My phone's purple. I just love the color purple. I don't even know why. And red to me it's about being hot. I've always, when I was growing up, red was like a dangerous color. Do you know what I mean? Only femme fatales wore red, and I loved red, and I love wearing red lipstick especially. But the thing is about that Van Gogh experience, it kind of reconnected me with why I loved color. And for me, Van Gogh, in his essence, retreated from the world and poured his heart and soul into his painting. And what I noticed when I was walking around the experience, I noticed that every stroke for me expressed the human suffering that he was experiencing. It was a testament to his inner turmoil, that he was going through. But the thing is, he painted so prolifically. It was kind of like, this guy's really got some spirit, and all his paintings, or especially the ones that I saw, were a kaleidoscope of feelings. He painted what he saw and what he felt, and he captured that raw essence of the deepest emotions that he was experiencing. And I just think his unique use of color, and it's almost like he saw the world completely different to everybody else. And I think because he saw the world that differently, he kind of offers us people enjoying his art now, a powerful metaphor for healing. The power of color in our lives. One of the things I often say to myself, because I'm really into empowerment, and I believe that empowerment is choosing a living space that not only rejuvenates you, but heals you. And as you probably know, experts say the right colors can significantly reduce any feelings of stress and anxiety that you may have. So let me talk about one of my friends, Sarah. I met Sarah when I was at university in London, and I remember after university, Sarah moved into a new apartment. But one of the things that Sarah had experienced is that the whole idea of moving into her first proper new home, she was feeling inexplicably anxious. And I remember when we walked into the flat, the walls were this stark, clinical white. And I remember Sarah saying to me, I'm thinking about blue, a lovely shade of blue. And it was really interesting because almost the next time I went and visited Sarah, what she had done, rather than paint the whole place blue, she painted one wall a soothing shade of blue. And it was almost, she said to me, it was almost like magic. Her anxiety levels dropped. And I remember her saying to me that she didn't think that such a simple change, that change of just painting one wall, blue, that soothing shade of blue, would make such a world of difference to how she felt. And I remember, just thinking, as I recall it now, that's the power of color, So whether you start your morning routine, noticing the colors around you and noticing which ones lift you up, whether it's the clothes that you choose to wear, the colors that resonate with you during the day, or whether you just take time to, each day to just take moments to observe the colors in nature when you're walking about your daily, through your daily, chores and everything. Whether you're going to work, taking the kids to school, going for a bike ride, just notice what you can notice about all the colors around you in nature. And more importantly, whether it's for your morning routine, your wardrobe, or just that mindful observation, just noticing how those colors make you feel. And that was the interesting thing for me during that Van Gogh experience. Part of me was, enjoying all the fun activities that were in there, but I was also thinking about how the colors that I was seeing, how they were making me feel on the inside. And it was such a kaleidoscope of colors. I mean, it was so peaceful, but at the same time, it was so invigorating doing all those things. And I was honestly running from room to room. I was like a little kid, just getting really excited about the next activity and what color experiences I would be experiencing. And, part of me was a bit anxious too, don't get me wrong, but I was like, I really feel as if I was in a safe space, to the point that I actually lost my phone while I was playing. But that's another issue. I was having such a good time, just enjoying all the colors and all the experiences. So let's dive deeper into how each color can transform your space and your mood. And this is kind of informed by what I've experienced in my life so far. I, Interestingly, what I was feeling while I was enjoying that Van Gogh experience. Crafting your sanctuary with color. Now, you'll probably already know that empowerment begins, in my opinion, with small intentional changes in your surroundings. Because believe me, I like things to be easy. In fact, I like things to be easy peasy. So I'd like you to think, can you imagine the strength that's found in spaces that you designed with mindfulness and intention? I once had a client, Emily, who struggled with insomnia. And, we talked a lot about why, she was experiencing these issues with sleep. And just by passing, she told me that her bedroom was painted red. Now, I asked her to send me a picture of her bedroom, and it was a vibrant red, a color full of energy. And, through our discussions together, we talked about all the different colors on the color wheel, and, the different ideas of color, and I convinced her to repaint it, and we kind of agreed on the color lavender, because for me, lavender is really is a, well, I love purple, and lavender is in that hue. So she decided she showed me three. She went and got like the sample pots that you can get, and between us, we decided on this calming lavender. And the thing is, I remember she roped her brother into helping her do it, but the transformation was immediate. It was truly immediate. Her sleep improved, and she felt more at peace within herself. Even the way she spoke changed. She wasn't this like hyper energy anymore. She was more calm and thoughtful in almost everything that she said. I I remember speaking to her, after we'd finished all our coaching, because I often, when I do coaching, I often follow up with people maybe 6 months or a year afterwards, just to check in on how everything's going. And to me, one of the things she said is that she felt that she didn't realize so much. She didn't realize how much, rather, her environment affected her. And the thing is, for me, if you're designing space, any space that you are able to, with that intention, then you're going to feel more empowered in your daily life, aren't you? How could you not? So for me, and one of the things that I did, especially after experiencing that Van Gogh experience, is I now, a part of my journaling that I do, I make a note of how different colors in my environment have affected me. So if I go on a trip and I have some sort of intense color experience through that trip or on that outing, I make a note of it in my diary. So an example might be, the other day I was on a train journey, and one of the things that I noticed when looking out the window, I think it had been raining, and I just noticed, as we were going through some fields, how intense the greens were, how the grass, almost like each blade of grass, because we'd stopped, while they, sort the signals out. And I was looking into the field and I was just noticing how almost like how each blade of grass was slightly different from the other, but how it was just like the life in it was just so intense, so incredible, and almost so vivid. It was like I was trancing out. And so for me, color is added into me thinking about color every day. I've also been really intentional because I'm thinking about redecorating, and I was thinking about how each new color that I introduce into my home, how it will affect me. So what I've done is I've kind of got all those little sample pots, and I've just tried to notice any change in the ambiance of rooms based on that color. I'm really quite fortunate. I'm very good at visualizing stuff. So, like when other people say, like you move, like when you move into a new home, and people say, "Oh, I can't think of what furniture I should have or how colors are going to look." I normally get roped in because I'm really good at visualizing how things will look. If someone shows me something, I'm really good at sort of almost mapping it out in the real environment. So that's one of the things I do, trying to observe the change in ambience that certain colors have for me. One of the things I would encourage you to do, if you, when I think of my friend Kathy, who paints and draws a lot, is to paint and draw using colors that resonate with your current emotional experience. And the reason why I say that is because I think it's really important that when we have emotions going on, those emotions cause certain feelings. And the thing is, in society, we are encouraged to suppress the feelings that we have. And rightly so, because sometimes those feelings that we have, it's not appropriate to express them in that moment in that you're experiencing them. But one of the ways we can express them is to paint or draw using those colors. Because I think once we externalize certain feelings and emotions, we can manage them a lot better. And the thing is, once we externalize them, we then create a vacuum. And what does nature love to do? Nature loves to fill a vacuum. And 9 times out of 10, when we create that vacuum, we allow positive, constructive, potential things in instead. So now let's talk about some practical tips for creating any kind of color sanctuary that you have or want to continue having. This episode of ABGW is brought to you by Her Guru Coaching and Hypnotherapy, exploring the potential within. Her Guru provides both physical and mental fitness coaching and hypnotherapy services. You can find out more details by visiting herguru.uk. Practical tips for creating your colour sanctuary. Can you imagine the sense of empowerment that comes from crafting a space that truly reflects your resilience? I want to tell you a story about a young couple who moved into their first home. The home was blank and they started experimenting with colours in small ways. So they had a turquoise throw there. They had a set of ruby red cushions over there. And every time they went out and bought something, they made sure it was a different colour to almost express their personality in the space. And the thing is, they turned it into a true sanctuary that reflected their spirits. And the thing is, you can empower yourself through your environment, can you not? So let's just think about how different colours can transform your space and your state of mind. So blue is for calm. Imagine a room bathed in soft blue like the sky on a clear day. It's calming and helps reduce stress, perfect for a bedroom or a meditation corner. Green is for renewal. Green brings the essence of nature indoors. It's refreshing and it helps to restore balance. I mean, think of all your green plants that you have in your living space. They always uplift you. They always make you feel refreshed. Yellow is for joy. Oh man, do I love yellow. I love sunflowers. To me, this is the colour of sunshine indoors. It's uplifting. It can help to lighten a gloomy mood. And, you know, a yellow throw or a pillow or even a vase can just add that beautiful, delightful addition. Red is for passion. Oh, red is such a bold choice. It's full of energy, it's full of warmth, and it's great for sparking any kind of conversation, especially if it's in a living area. White is for clarity. White often, for me, offers a sense of peace and clarity. And it's that beautiful blank canvas that allows other colours to stand out. And last but not least, black. Black is for depth. Black adds that touch of sophistication and depth. But I think for me, when it's used in moderation, it can provide a stunning contrast. So how can you integrate these kind of things into your daily life? What you could do is have a colour themed day. So a colour themed day is where you just, wear a particular colour and not only wear it, but actively go out and experience that colour in the food that you eat. Now, as you probably know, we don't eat enough fruit and veg, right? And one of the ways that I have encouraged myself to eat more fruit and veg is I've created colour themed days, and I have a 30-day fruit and veg list. So each day I look to see, for example, the day that I'm recording this, I look to see what day that this corresponds to in the month. So, for example, if it's, the 10th of the month, I'll look at what day 10 says. Day 10 says sweet corn, so I buy sweet corn. And so what I've tried to do, because I believe in making things easy, is not trying to think about, yes, I know I need to eat more fruit and veg. I just have a dedicated list. And each day, if I go into the shop, I will try and buy that item. If I don't go to the shop that day, I don't get hung up about it. It just means that I don't get that thing. But the idea is to have a kaleidoscope of colours so that I have a kaleidoscope of fruit and vegetables, which means I get the color here, as well as all the antioxidants and phytochemicals that plant may have. So keep things simple. Another way I think is really useful is I have this friend called Michael, and honestly, I'm just getting emotional to even think about it. He has used painting and color as a form of art therapy, in my opinion. I don't know whether Michael would agree with that or not, but the thing is, Michael now is a world famous artist. He's even had stuff in the Saatchi gallery. That's how good he is. I have one of his prints, and it's almost, when I look at it, it's almost like I am transported into a completely different world. And I think art therapy is one of the ways that you can use color to reflect your emotions in a really constructive way. I just think the more that we can use color, because it's all around us, in a way that means that we can build, it's almost like building resilience focused design in a way that will help us feel less anxious about the world. So, like I said before, the more you focus on the empowerment, different ways that you can empower your environment, I believe that there is then less room for any kind of despair. The more that you engage with resilient focused design, the less anxious you will be. So, as I wrap up this episode, I want you to remember that, just like Van Gogh, I want you to dare to begin. The vision to paint your dreams, the ability to use color to heal yourself, and the mindfulness to find beauty everywhere you go. Your journey to recovery is truly a masterpiece in making. Just like how Van Gogh used color as a way to empower himself and deal with his own trauma, I believe that you can use power and use those vibrant hues to help you with your resilience, empowerment, and your personal growth. And to me, if you prioritize your environment, then what you're doing is you're discovering new ways to strengthen your trauma recovery journey, because color speaks a language to me that's so much deeper than words. It touches our emotions and it shapes, our world. Remember Sarah, remember Emily, and remember that young couple that I talked about. Let them, like them, you have the power to transform your space into a sanctuary that reflects and nurtures your true self. And to me, a person is able to enhance their well-being through mindful decor choices. I hope you feel inspired and ready to transform your home into a sanctuary of healing and joy. And, remembering that every shade that you choose is a step towards creating a space that supports your emotional well-being and empowers you. Thank you for joining me on this journey of exploration and healing. Oh, that's it for today from ABGW podcast, but I want you to stay amazing, brilliant, gorgeous, wonderful. And until the next time, let your life be a canvas of vibrant colors. Absolutely. Together we're creating a life you love more often than not. So if this episode resonated with you, please share it with your friends and stay tuned for more empowering content from ABGW. Amazing, brilliant, gorgeous, wonderful. Now, remember, your resilience is a powerful force shaping your life. So until the next time, keep embracing those moments of outrageous unconscious joy. Bye for now.